Secretariat holding on. Secretariat by 2 lengths. It is Secretariat. He's coming to the wire. He wins it by 2.5, almost 3.
As Secretariat and jockey Ron Turcotte crossed that finish line, they also crossed into a history of horse racing that has never been achieved since. Today marks the 50th anniversary of that record-setting win as the fastest horse ever to win the Kentucky Derby. During this special time of year, there's nothing that lights up everyone's smells, tastes, sights, and sounds like Derby Day in Louisville, Kentucky. For many, it's the party of the year. More than 150,000 guests expected, and don't forget the attire that others have been planning for months. As racing continues, the day grows louder. Everyone eager to hear that call. Emotions, tension, enthusiasm. Many will still want this day to continue long after the winner crosses the finish line. And will this year's Derby winner cross into the history books as the fastest horse to win the Kentucky Derby? It's Derby Day on your exclusive Kentucky Derby station, Wave.
Wow, what a span of 6 years we have had. There have been no spans like since Secretariat ever in the Kentucky Derby like what we've just been through. We had 3 inches of rain in 2018. We had maximum security DQ'd in 2019. The next year the fans got DQ'd because of the pandemic. They moved the Derby to September. Then Medina Spirit got DQ'd the next year. Then we had the second longest shot ever in the Kentucky Derby win. And now this year, we have 5 scratches. 4 of them were within 24 hours after 5 horse deaths. 1 forced scratch because the trainer had 2 horses in his barn that had died. We had a Derby horse die. And now today, the Derby favorite, the 2-year-old champion Forte, gets scratched by a state vet. And I'm telling you, Mike Repole, not happy about it. Welcome into Wave's coverage of Kentucky Derby 149. I'm John Bull.
And I'm Myra Ansari. So happy that you're with us here today. You know, yesterday, John, we saw a lot of people, 106,000 folks here at the Kentucky Oaks, and we're expecting even more people here, of course, for the Kentucky Derby.
It's very tame so far.
So far, but it's early, right?
I love how tame the crowd is. Okay, so many storylines going on today. It seems like 19 years ago that the Bob Baffert suspension was controversial. Like, he's still on suspension until July, I believe, but he's failed in all of his court attempts. There's no Bob Baffert horse here, just reincarnate who he had and had to give up again to Tim Yakteen. So that's Tim's only entry in the Derby. As we take a live look into the infield here, people at the tables, we described it yesterday as a church picnic. It was orderly. It was wonderful on Oaks Day. We expect things to get amped up today.
Yeah, and you know, people are coming in. They're getting started on their day, finding that perfect spot there out in the infield. Always a fun time to be had there. But look, yesterday's weather was fantastic. Today we're expecting another beautiful day here at the track. Not really as sunny, but hey, there's no rain, so I'm not complaining at all.
No. Let's get more from Dusty Baker. Let's start talking about the field now. One of the horses that is going to definitely gun for the lead from the outside is Jace's Road, and Dusty Baker has more on that entry today.
Is up for the lead.
What a battle down the stretch. Look at the rail here, the 6-horse Coturnian. You figured Quality Chic, the favorite in this race, would get by. Quality Chic kept banging on the right rear flank of Coturnian to the point where there might have been an objection filed, but never could get by. We don't have to worry about any of this because Coturnian has guts. Julien Leparoux aboard, and Coturnian takes race number 2 at Churchill Downs. Okay, 12 years ago, owner Mike Repole had to scratch the horse that was likely going to win the Kentucky Derby that year, Uncle Mo. Just a monstrous, well-bred, beautiful horse, and he was devastated. He's been on a mission ever since then to win the Kentucky Derby. He just bought 70 yearlings at a cost of $26 million, all in to win the Kentucky Derby.
This year he has Forte. Looks like he's going to do it and has to force a scratch again from the State Racing Commission.
It was really a shock today when we got the news that Forte was not going to be running in the Derby, but Todd Pletcher still has 2 other horses that are going to be running later today, Tapit Trice and Kings Barn. So
he's still in good shape.
Still in good shape there. But hey, the news about Forte, very shocking to a lot of people. We're going to get more reaction now from Kevin Harnett.
Yeah, we had a chance to go back to the barns, Myra, John. We were on the backside where Todd Pletcher actually got in his car, drove off. We did have a chance to speak to owner Mike Rapole, and while there was a lot of disappointment, there was also, as you could imagine, a whole lot of emotion. Take a listen.
I mean, I've told you guys that I have tremendous self-awareness about great things that can happen in life, and I got tremendous self-awareness on things that, what do you call it, in the big scheme of things. This is a minor setback, but a major setback for so many other people that are involved. And, you know, I just, you know, I got 75 people that come here to support me. And I know they're all going to feel bad for me today.
And this is the moment where the state chief vet, Nick Smith, in the green hat, walks up to Todd Pletcher, and you can see him telling the team that Forte is not going to be able to run in the 149th running of the Kentucky Derby. Todd Pletcher turns around and walks off as the conversation continues. Of course, the focus now is for the other 2 horses of Todd Pletcher, but for Mike Rapole, Forte is out, scratched of Derby 149. Guys?
Wow,
that's heartbreaking.
That's really something to see, isn't it?
Yeah, just so sad to see it. And he talked about all the other people that have put in so much work on Forte, and this is just so tough on them.
So you've got 5 scratches total here in the last couple of days, and 2 of them were forced. Lord Miles was a forced scratch because of Saffie Joseph Jr.'s troubles. 2 dead horses in the first couple days of racing, and now they're forcing Forte to be scratched. Yeah, and Mike, and you saw Todd Pletcher just walk away.
Walk away. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we are now going to go to the backside with Sean and Don.
It's amazing how fast things have just been turning over and happening in this Kentucky Derby 149. The horses scratching, the horses that have hurt themselves and been euthanized. Now, we were sitting here, and Sean says all of a sudden to me, "Did you see what happened?" And Sean, I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a commotion behind us here on the backside. It's probably hard for you guys to have seen it on the front side, but they had an equine ambulance pull up behind here and load a horse up onto it. So the good news is that the horse was standing. I couldn't actually get a look at what horse it was. The saddle cloth had already been taken off, but the horse was standing. They were struggling to get it to move forward. But Don, it's sad to see something like that happen so often. This week specifically.
Yeah, it goes so fast. And again, you know, that's why they look at the horses. The vet is here on scene. They have so many safety things going on because it only takes something small for the jockey, the human, or the horse to be hurt. All right.
Now we are just inside the gates here, heading towards the infield. If you've been to the infield before, you know that famous walk through the tunnel underneath the track. There's always a lot of hooping and hollering and partying down there. So I found a couple folks who have yet to make that walk before. You say you're in town from Illinois, right?
From Illinois, yes, sir. First time here.
Well, what's your name again, brother?
Rodney Piercy.
Rodney, all right. Well, first impressions as you walk through the gates.
Awesome, amazing, man. Can't wait to get to the infield. Check it out.
How many beers did you have before you got to the infield?
2, that's it.
That's not enough.
I know, well, on a budget right now.
All right, so I'll let you know, you're about to walk through this long tunnel. It's loud, it's fun, and then you pop out into the infield. What are you most looking forward to once you get through there into the betting area?
I really want to see some more. Old Gray Mayor's going to win today.
Okay. That's what they say. All right.
You guys have a good one, man.
Have a good time, my friend. All right, we're going to go through the tunnel, too, because it's kind of a cool walk. Some interesting facts about it as we head through. dates back to about the 1930s. There are several tunnels like this that go through underneath the track here at Churchill Downs. In 1938, we saw reports starting to come out about the crowd in the grandstand area being so packed and wild that it caused the walls and fences to bulge on Derby Day. So they constructed some tunnels like this underneath the racetrack that connect the grandstand and the spectator seats to the field inside the racetrack. That's when you first started hearing it called the infield. Well, guess what? Back then, infield admission was just 50 cents to watch the Derby from in here. Of course, that number seems to go up as the years go by. But this is that walk through the tunnel here. It's actually oddly quiet right now. Usually as we get later into the day, closer to Derby time, it'll pick up. The noise will pick up, the crowd will pick up, the fun starts to pick up. And so these folks heading through the tunnel, once they go around the corner there, will emerge into the infield for a day of hopefully fun and some good bets. Back to you guys.
Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harnett joining us now from the fan experience, which is really different. I mean, Kevin, they have everything over there.
I tell you what, Dawn, a lot of people love this area, and it is packed. I mean, just take a look around. We'll start over here and just swing the camera back. We have a ton of folks out here, not just in line for food, but a lot of different vignettes where you can have your picture taken. Come with me, Doug. Let's walk and talk. We've got some folks that have come from near and far. You guys from all the way up in the Northeast?
We are outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, welcome. I've been up to Newcastle before. That's not too far from where you're from, is it?
Not too far at all.
All right. You got a Derby pick?
We're thinking Mage, but it's up in the air at this moment in time.
And what's your opinion of the experience so far?
Excellent, excellent. A lot of fun, a lot of nice people, and very well put together and organized.
Yeah, and speaking of put together and organized, look at this lovely lady. I love the hat.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, welcome to Louisville. Good luck. Thank you. All right, let's walk over here. I see a lot of folks that have picked out some food because you can see all the different arrangements. You can get the shrimp cocktail. They say the lobster rolls are the best. Is that true? Have you guys had the lobster roll?
Very, very good, very good.
What else? What are you having there?
The island noodles look very good.
The island noodles. Yes, those do look delicious. Well, are y'all having fun? Where's everybody? First time? Where are you from? Louisiana. Well, welcome. I hear the group over here hooting and hollering. Is this the party table? All right. Oh, you're all the same group. Well, you all are asleep over here. Liven it up. Good luck, ladies. All right. We've got some folks already counting their money. It looks like it may have been a good day so far.
Good day so far.
Okay, so I like it when it starts out hot like that. All right. Hey, speaking of hot, not necessarily the weather, it's rather pleasant with the clouds around. Let me do a little weather because the satellite view is going to show that the clouds hold tight for a little while longer. We're going to keep that intact without the rain for now. You can see the sky is showing a mostly cloudy sky. High above, yeah, lots of folks still coming into Churchill Downs. That's going to be the case. And with a mostly cloudy sky, we simply don't have to worry about, well, first of all, a lot of sunbirds or a lot of rain. Right now it is 71 degrees. We're at a south-southeast breeze. Our temperatures throughout the afternoon will climb about another 5 degrees. We're going a high of 76 this afternoon. We should be under a mostly cloudy sky. Let me point out that the rain chance at Derby time for the running of the 149th Kentucky Derby should be about 30%. Now, there could be some rain on the radar. It should be off to our north and west. It's a scattered chance here, but rain chances will be going up as we roll on into the evening and overnight hours tonight. So that's a general view of the forecast. Small rain chance for the running of the 149th Kentucky Derby, and after that race, the rain chances go up. All right, we've got a line of folks here. Are you all in line for a cocktail? What are you waiting on?
Pictures.
A picture?
Yes, sir. It's time, right?
Yeah.
It's memories.
Yes, and that's what it's all about. You can see the line, the Woodford Reserve outline of the roses there. We've got the Finlandia view over there, BMW, Herradura here. So many things to do, so many places, and so many people to see. Let's go back to the backside with Dawn G and Sean Bowdy.
I
am here with winning trainer Brad Cox on Matt Torreya. Congratulations. Maybe this is a sign of what's to come for you today.
We'll see. We'll see. A big performance there from her. Very proud of her. Flavien did a good job of getting her in a good early position, getting a jump on 2 other really, really good fillies, and very, very proud of the effort today.
It's incredible. You have 4 horses in the Kentucky Derby. You grew up right around the corner. Amazing. Can you believe how many scratches we have had this year? Not since 1936 have 5 horses been scratched.
Yeah, you know, unfortunate. Feel for the connections. I really do. I mean, look, as a trainer, we've all been there when horses just aren't 100% on a certain day, and you know, hopefully all 5 horses rebound, and we'll see them in the near future. But you know, my job is to focus on my 4. We're happy with them, and with a good trip, I'm hoping one of them can get there first.
Well, best of luck to you today, Brad. Thank you so much, and again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is Brad Cox. He has a big day ahead of him. He had 3 horses yesterday in the Oaks, 4 in the Derby. We'll see if he is in this winner's circle later on today. You'll recall he won with Mandaloun after Medina Spirit was disqualified, so he didn't get that chance with the trophy in the winner's circle. Maybe it's today. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Shannon. You know, he got the phone call like, hey, your horse is the winner. And he said this time he wants to know by crossing that line first that he is the winner of this year's Derby.
Nobody wants to win that way.
No, it's
and
not
you know
the way that you want to win.
That Medina Spirit case is still tied up in the courts. People think Bob Baffert lost. All he lost was the temporary injunction to try to get back to Churchill Downs before the end of his suspension. They haven't even argued the merits of the case yet, let alone the DQ for the Derby of the horse. So he's going to be back with his attorney Clark Brewster, who makes a lot of good points, and it's going to be an interesting case, and it could take a couple of more years. Finally the smell of cigars.
Yeah, that's
wafting in because the suites are filling to our left.
You?
Yeah.
You did. All right. Well, the U of L Marching Band is also coming in right in front of us as well. They're heading into the track. But we are going to go now to David Ochoa in the infield.
Mayor of the infield here. So tell me your story. You've got a whole lot going on. How long have you been coming to the Derby?
43 years, except for COVID, in a row. So,
and
2 years off. But other than that, 43 in a row.
And how did you become the mayor of the infield?
I basically self-ordained myself, but back in the day, yeah.
Well, what do you...
we had the best spot, and the radio rows were right behind us, and they interviewed me every year, and like after about 15 years, it's like...
The mayor.
Going to be the mayor.
Yes.
And then they kind of bought in with it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the back of the jacket. You got the powdered wig going on here. What else do you have on your suit here? What does this all mean? Is this throughout the years, putting new stuff on every year?
It means I'm ACD. What is that? Where you're weird.
You mean OCD?
Yeah, okay. That too. What about you?
So what's your favorite thing about the Derby?
Just hanging out.
All the people.
Yeah.
All the people coming.
I'm a people person. So.
Yeah, I can tell you're a people person. How long have you been here today?
We kind of have tapered back our style a little bit in the last couple of years, but we used to always be out the gate at like 6 in the morning, and that's tough, baby. When it's pouring down rain, it's ugly. And then so now we just we came in about 10:30, and we're still right down here where we want to be. So
right here where you can watch from the infield, the track here. And so last thing I want to know, do you have a pick for the Derby today?
Turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
I think we know what that means. So thanks for talking with us, the mayor. I'm always honored. David and David, here we are.
Here we go again.
All right, thank you. We'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, how did that man put a sentence together?
Nouns and verbs weren't working very well. Okay, so first of all, ACD. I thought it was OCD.
It is OCD.
Well, it might be ACD. It could be alcohol compulsive disorder.
It could be.
It could be.
What time did he start drinking?
I don't know. But that was...
It's what? It is 113.
That is
He
for
got
our Hall of
started
Fame. Okay,
early,
David
yeah.
Ochoa, I'm nominating that interview for the Wave Derby Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That whole thing. All right, we're going to go now to Dusty and Mike. Hey, guys.
I think ACD belongs in the Urban Dictionary now at this point.
I do too, yes.
that was really quite something. We are going to move on to race number 6. Hopefully his ACD doesn't drive him crazy here as he makes his picks, or I don't know if he's capable of doing such. The second running of the Knicks Go Overnight Stakes, and so we're going to go right into this thing. Mike, who do you got going into this thing?
The Knicks Go going 1 mile. It looks like it's going to come down to Baby Yoda and Mask Parade. These two, they're very, very close. I'm hoping to get a little better price on Masquerade in here. If trainer Al Stahl has a Mask Parade ready to run for his return this year, he's going to be right there at the wire. Mask Parade ran well last summer here at Churchill with a win in a second. I'm taking number 2 Mask Parade in our 6th race.
I think looking at the odds right now, I really like what I see with Promise Keeper. And part of the reason, even though he hasn't been successful recently, he has ridden really, really well with Luis Saez. And Saez had some serious success with him early on. I'm going to run with that. We'll go 18-1 odds with Promise Keeper. And just like that, they are entering their post positions as we speak. About ready to go for race number 6 here at Churchill Downs.
All right, we are going to be checking in now with the beautiful Olivia Russell. She is roaming Churchill Downs.
Of course, there are plenty of crazy outfits here, but one that stood out to me, a classic Hawaiian shirt. It's saying happy birthday, and it's for Sabrina here. Sabrina, where are you from?
Hi, from St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome, welcome. Have you been to Derby before?
I've been twice before, but it's been a long time, 13 years.
Okay, and so we have all the matching shirts. You all like your shirts?
They are awesome. They're amazing. How could you not? Yes, absolutely.
So who planned Hawaiian shirts?
Actually, it was myself and our little 8-year-old daughter, Vivian.
I love it.
She turned down the shirts that were going to have horses with Sabrina's face on it. We went straight with this one instead.
So how does it feel to have your face on a shirt?
Oh, it's takes a little getting used to, but it's very recognizable as you're walking around. Lots of happy birthdays and well wishes. So.
Are people stopping to take pictures at all?
Yes, quite a few.
What's it like when people want to take pictures of you all?
It's pretty wild.
I'm sure you're
feeling famous. Yeah.
I love it. I like the hat with that too.
Thanks.
All right, thank you all so much. I hope you all have great luck and happy birthday to Sabrina. Back to you.
Look at that coordination there.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
It's always interesting interviewing a mob, too. You never know who to put the mic in front of. You always pick the most interesting character and hope they say something outrageous.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. All right.
Take a live look into the infield here. You can see they're starting to fill in. It's starting to look more like the traditional infield. But I got to tell you, if we're going to get anywhere near the 150 to 170 mark, like we had 170 for Faro in 15, this infield's going to have to pick it up.
Yeah.
We have to get more human beings in here.
I mean, even behind us, John. I mean, people are getting a late start today.
No, I know. It's nothing like Oaks Day was when people came earlier.
Has turned for home on top. Kingsbarns. Here's Mage coming struggling down the outside. Angel of Empire is putting in his run, and there's 1 furlong to run. 2 fills on the inside, trying to hold off Mage. Mage is taking the lead here as they come into the final 16, and it is going to be Mage to win the Kentucky Derby. And then it was 2 fills. Angel of Empire in a photo. Disarm was 4th. Mage has done it in 2:01.57 seconds under Javier Castellano.
And for Javier Castellano, the Hall of Famer, that long...
Well, since he just said the time, 2:01.57, and since we started off this broadcast with the Secretariat 50th anniversary, Secretariat would have won today by comparing their times by 9 or 10 lengths. But nonetheless, something amazing happened today. Think about winning the Kentucky Derby off 3 starts. Like 3 starts. Regret did it in 1915. Big Brown did it in 2008. Justified did it in 2018. And now Mage has done it. Only 3 starts, won the Kentucky Derby.
Absolutely amazing race. Were you surprised?
I was not surprised.
Okay.
I was not surprised because if you think about it, the rap against Mage was Mage had an incredible race last time, but got passed barely by Forte.
Okay.
Well, guess what? Forte is not in the race. Had scratched this morning. So, if Forte's not going to pass you, who's going to pass you? There's nobody in the field that could.
Well, listen, I think today's lesson to take away, do not ever give up. Try, 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 and you will eventually succeed. For Javier Castellano, he has had 16 attempts to win the Kentucky Derby, and today, Derby 149, he is walking away as a winner. The horse just trained by Gustavo Delgado. You could hear the crowd, his supporters chanting Venezuela, Venezuela, Venezuela. They're just so thrilled and so much pride for their win today with Mage.
I love how they offer chances to buy a horse for $50 per person. Just, now you're a part owner. He did admit that this one cost a lot more than that. Okay, so how did Mage pull it off? Well, people were talking about Rich Strike last year. How did Rich Strike win? The race fell apart on the front end. They went suicidally fast on the front end. Like last year was like around 46 seconds. Well, guess what happened? Today they went out to the half mile in 45 seconds. Even faster, and the same players that we thought would get the lead did. Jace's Road and Kingsbarn. So let's watch the race again in its entirety. Watch how it laid out. Keep your eyes now on the saddlecloth, the pink saddlecloth of number 8, Mage, and watch how he did it.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And Jace's Road has a very good beginning and goes out to the front. Reincarnate and Kingsbarn have speed too, and Verifying will join them from the inside. So it's these four early on. Confidence Game and Two Fills drafting in behind them. And then Hit Show to the inside. They're being followed by Rocket Can and Raise Cane. King Russell is next. Cyclone Mischief to the outside. And then comes Mandarin Hero and Disarm. Dermis Otagake has been taken well off the pace here. He is near the back of the pack early on. And then comes Mage, followed by Sun Thunder, Angel of Empire, and Tapit Trice. The two favorites are second to last and last as they race to the backstretch. It is Verifying in front. Kingsbarn on the outside second. This opening quarter mile was quicker than we expected, 45.73 seconds. And then it's Reincarnate running in third to the outside. Two Fills follows in fourth. Confidence Game fifth. Hit Show is sixth. He's racing 6 lengths off the lead. Break of another 2 to Rocket Can. And then Raise Cane to the inside. Disarm is next. Mandarin Hero has 9 lengths to make up, and fellow Japanese runner Dermis Otagake has moved through on his inside. Angel of Empire has passed a few too. He's down on the rail as they make their way around the far turn. Kingsbarn, the undefeated runner for Todd Pletcher, is the leader. Here's Two Fills making a move on the inside, and the two of them hook up, and Jareth Loveberry has taken Two Fills to the front. And Kingsbarn is running in second. Hit Show is circled up on the outside as they come to the top of the stretch, and they're into the stretch, and Two Fills has turned for home on top. Kingsbarn, here's Mage coming strongly down the outside. Angel of Empire is putting in his run, and there's 1 furlong to run. Two Fills on the inside, trying to hold off Mage. Mage has taken the lead here as they come into the final 16th, and it is going to be Mage to win the Kentucky Derby. And then it was Two Fills, Angel of Empire in a photo. Disarm was fourth. Mage.
So there you go. When you're a youngin' and you've only had 3 starts and you got really fresh legs, you can bolt ahead. Did you see the way Mage just took off at the top of the stretch?
Took off. So what happened to Angel of Empire? That was your big pick. You were supporting it.
Angel of Empire, NBC showed in the replay. Mage got squeezed back at the start. So Mage and Angel of Empire were right there at the back, and they both made their moves, and Mage just had more burst. Angel of Empire was right there running with him, and looked like it might have made it closer, but this was a great example today of the best horse won.
Yeah.
It really was. There's no excuses.
Okay.